This story isn't about a particular children's book, but it is public library related, so I wanted to share it with you. Down in London, a fox broke into the Twickenham library and cuddled up in a chair right in front of a bookshelf, and it was very funny. Their social media had a really cute response to it. First, they announced Twickenham Library is currently closed whilst we remove a fox. We apologize for the inconvenience caused. Then they posted that very funny picture, which I feel like needs to be framed and hung on the wall of the library right above that seat. And then they announced the fox has now left the building. Twickenham Library is open again. Time to borrow a book about a fox? And I couldn't agree more. Foxes are very fun and interesting animals to study in the nonfiction section. But if you're looking for a nice children's book about a fox, I can always recommend Fantastic Mr. Fox by Roald Dahl. But it got better because Orkney Library, who has the best library social media on the planet, responded saying, "We've never had a fox in the library." And then, of course, they admitted that there are no foxes in Orkney. Honestly, if you don't follow Orkney Library on social media, please allow me to recommend them. They are so funny. I've always wanted to visit Orkney. There's a lot of really interesting archaeology there. But honestly, at this point, if I ever got the chance to visit Orkney, my first stop would be the library, just so I can high-five the people who run their social media. There was a cute little update the next day. A note was popped through their letterbox, and it said, "Dear Library, sorry I gave you a bit of a shock on Tuesday morning. I'd popped in for my usual bedtime story and accidentally fell asleep. Yours sincerely," and then there's a fox paw, which I assume is a signature, and P.S., these books were brilliant. Very funny. Foxes can occasionally get into a bit of trouble here in Britain. Back home in America, we have raccoons and coyotes. And I would say that British foxes kind of combine some of the more mischievous traits of both of these. Imagine if foxes had opposable thumbs, British folks, and you'll have an idea of what raccoons are like. Once in my own house, we had a cat flap for the cat, and I forgot to lock it. And in the middle of the night, I heard a bunch of skittering downstairs. Came downstairs, and it felt like there were a dozen raccoons. In reality, there were probably only like 4. But they'd sneaked into the house to try to eat the cat food, and then they all freaked out and tried to go through the cat flap at the same time and get out, and they made a really big mess. Foxes can often do the same thing. They will get into the garbage, and they will get into buildings where they are not supposed to be. They have a very strong musk, so you don't want them spraying inside your building. So anyway, while this story was very funny and very cute and very wholesome, I am glad for the Richmond upon Thames libraries that they were able to get the fox out quickly before it caused too much trouble. If you have any funny stories about wildlife getting into your local library, please let me know because this kind of thing just makes me smile and I really enjoy it, and I hope you do too.